Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday, hump day for everyone. I get a couple of days off now, so it's Friday for me. I'm very excited about that. I'm looking forward to having a sleep in, which will probably mean I won't get up till about 4:30, not 3:30. So, a sleep in. Tell me what's everyone been doing and what you're listening to this week. I've been listening to a lot of Kevin Sullivan, who we've been about to have a chat to, and I've been listening to some other singles that are coming out in the next week or two. So it's been a great week for new music for me. Hi, Melinda. How are you? Thank you for joining. So we're going to welcome Kevin Sullivan into the room. We're going to have a chat to him about his new single and what he's got coming up for the rest of the year. Okay. Hello. Thank you for joining.
Hello, Country Kickback, and hello, Danny. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. I mean, I have been all week writing little notes and things about what to talk to you about because there's so much. I actually ended up putting the pen down. So there's so much to talk about.
There's a bit of content there,
Yeah. How's your week been?
Look, it's been good. We're planning to go on tour, so we're a little bit manic. We have quite a few balls in the air, and we're trying to run before they all come down. But we just want to get on the road. So it's been a bit crazy, but I think we're getting there, Danny. I think we're getting there.
You're nearly there. So before, just because you're obviously getting ready to pack up and go on the road, you decided that you're not busy enough and you'd release a single.
Yep. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
And actually, it's gone pretty well. So I've been working with Jules Delmere from Wild Heart Publicity, who's been really fantastic. And look, the single's doing pretty well. I'm very proud of the song. It's one of the songs I recorded with Matt Fell, and Matt is fantastic. And I worked with Matt, recorded some songs in Nashville last year, and this song, Against the Tide, will be from my new album. They'll be out later this year, later next year. And I can reveal to you, Danny, the album will also be called Against the Tide. So this will be the title track, obviously. And I'm just very excited about the song, about the tour, and I've had to swim against the tide a bit, but I think I'm making headway. I believe.
Your head's above water at the moment.
Yeah, waving, not drowning. Waving, not drowning. Yeah.
Now, as I was saying to you before, I mean, the title Against the Tide, and for those that have heard the song, it is about, going out there and going against the tide and just doing what, something that you've always wanted to do, but you've probably been a bit frightened to or never got round to. So tell us how that song came about.
Look, a lot of people ask me, is this a COVID song? I mean, the first line of the song says, why don't we pack up all our things and move away? Some people take us right up to the edge, and people go, that's COVID. I said, actually, no. But, as a singer-songwriter, it is nice when people have different interpretations and draw different things from your songs. It's actually really lovely. So whereas it's not about COVID, you can see some similarities. And for me personally, the song, it's a bit of a coming of age, and maybe I've taken a long time to get there as well. But it's about probably embracing, who I am as a singer-songwriter. My age, my appearance, and my sound, and just putting everything on the line. And I've had a career before music, even though I've always sung. And so for me, it's just about chasing my dream. That's what it's about, I suppose. And it's never too late to chase your dream too.
Exactly. Yes, I say that so much. I think it's never too late, and it's who's to tell you you're right or wrong? Because if you want to do it, then you're right. Do it.
And I think a lot of us go through life and have careers and different pathways, and some of us we're sort of trapped in a certain path, and whether it be work, commitments, family, whatever. But I think a lot of people have dreams or aspirations to do things, become an astronaut or a doctor or a snowboard instructor or whatever. For me, it was to be a musician, and I always sang. And like I said, I am an example of it really is never too late. And we're not here a long time. And so you've just got to have a go, which is what I'm doing, Danny. I'm just having a go.
Well, I mean, and we were talking earlier, you can see the police sign up above your shoulder. We were talking earlier about which way do I point? We were talking earlier about.
For your viewers, I'm not in a police station. I'm not under arrest. Okay?
Not today, but tomorrow.
Tell me. Yeah.
So you've had a very intense career. You've done an awful lot. Has that got you to the stage where now you're going, yes, I can take these risks and I'm ready to? Is that something that sort of influenced that decision?
Yeah, a little bit. And sorry, that's not a real police sign. It's a pretend one. So
steal it.
Tactical response group Pickamadorian. Look, for me, I had a very long and pretty good career in the New South Wales Police. I was in the police for nearly 27 years, and a lot of it I was a forensic policeman. So I did major crime, major incidents, murders and major scenes. So it was a very challenging job. It was quite consuming. Like, I studied when I was in the police. I did forensic science through the Canberra Institute of Technology. So anatomy, physiology, a lot of subjects that I hadn't previously studied. So it was quite difficult. And I was doing this while I was on call. But my outlet was always music. So I always played music on my days off with guys who weren't musicians and guys and girls who weren't musicians. I was also a bomb technician. So I did the bomb tech course, and so I worked at the bomb squad for a while. And actually, it's quite topical at the moment. It's the 20-year anniversary of the Sydney Olympics. And during that time, I worked for the police in the Olympic Security Command. And so I was responsible for all the police and Australian Defence Force bomb technicians, so the tasking protocols, So I've had this crazy, career, which I loved, but I think music was my passion. And, I eventually became an inspector of police at Redfern. And then I came off my push bike going home from Sydney. We lived in the city, and I broke my humerus. And you, being a nurse, would know that that's the bone between your shoulder and your elbow. And so I broke this one in over 7 places. And I work, and it was pretty crazy. I remember going to see a surgeon after they'd operated that night, and he said, "It's pretty hard to break that bone." I said, "Obviously not." I laugh now, Danny. I wasn't laughing then.
It's talent.
So I came off a push bike. That's how I did it. And I was an inspector at Redfern, and I loved the police. And my wife, Belinda, who is probably watching, I remember she always told me, as many people did over the years, they said, "You should be a musician full time." I said, "Well, hello, I'm a policeman, And my wife said to me when I had that accident, she said, "You weren't listening to God, so God threw you off your push bike." And I said, "I don't believe God goes around throwing people off push bike." Maybe he does. Maybe he does. But I think I have my true calling now, and it's like my destiny, which sounds like a Star Wars thing, but this is what I'm now, full-time professional musician, and I'm just loving every second of it. And I have had to swim against the tide. It is a bit of a young person's game, but us more mature age people, we have a voice, and we've got things to say, Danny, and I'm saying it, and I think I'm making headway. I'm swimming, but I think I'm making headway.
I think it's great. And I have actually heard of a person that I have met through my job who is a lot older than you, and she is recording music at the moment.
In her 30s? Is she in her 30s or something? Is she? Or?
I think, yeah.
Well, she is old. Wow.
Yeah. So she's retired well and truly, and just decided in her, I think she's late 80s, she's decided she's going to go and record some music and put it out there. So you are never too old.
And you know what, Johnny Cash, who everyone would know, Johnny Cash was still in his 90s.
Yeah.
And he covered a song by the 9 Inch Nails, for goodness sake. So, it is never too late. And, the other big news is I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and we're about to go on the road. So the song says, "Why don't we pack up all our things and go away?" My song, Against the Tide. That's what we've done. We have rented our home. We've moved in with my dad, who's 90.
Thanks, Dad.
Sorry, I've got to say it louder. Hi, Dad. He's a little bit deaf. He's a real musician. We're all deaf. And we're going on tour. So I've got a great partnership with this fantastic premium caravan company called Sunland in Queensland, Caboolture. And hello, Roy and the team. And they're partnering with us. They're making this massive van. And our tour is called the Sullivan Tour. So they're designing, it's crazy. I'm not making this stuff up. They're designing a family line of van that they're going to call the Sunland Sullivan after us. So I have 5 children. So 2 girls from my first marriage, Emily and Alex. Hi, girls. And then Belinda and I, we have 3 young ones. So KJ is a boy. He's 11. Chacha, she is 9, and Jet, he's 5. So the 3 little ones will come, and there's bunks in the caravan. And actually, Roy from Sunland has done some YouTube videos. People get on Kevin Sullivan Music or on the Sunland off-road caravan site and see the videos where they're actually making it from the chassis. It's really quite crazy. Yeah, it's amazing, and it's going to be great. So that's what we're doing. We're about to go on our Sullivan tour. So we're a bit scared, but we're excited too.
Kayleen's popped in. Thank you for joining us again, Kayleen. She said, hi, Kevin. She said she met you in Mildura last year, and she also put a comment to not forget Victoria when you're on the road.
Hi, Kayleen. I remember meeting you, and look, we were going to start in Victoria, and we'd mapped out a bit of a run down through Gippsland and through Mildura and into Melbourne. We have a lot of friends, a lot of Kevin Sullivan Music fans down in Victoria, and but then with this whole crazy COVID thing, we had to rejig our plans. So people are saying, you're going on tour, where are you going? And so at one stage, we were just going around our block, we were just going to go around our block. But now we're going to Queensland, and want to say a big shout out to Anastasia. Hi, we're coming. The Sully vans are coming your way. And we're going to start there and maybe do a run through Queensland and just see where we end up. So we're going to be gone for 7 months, and the tours are 2 year. We've got a partnership with Sunland Caravans, and look, who knows where we'll end up. So if you can hear this, and I know you have a big, wide audience, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like the Sullivan tour to come to your town, please let us know.
I think that is great. Let us know. Send a message, pop it in the comments. I've already put my hand up because I think Tassie should be on that list. You probably do that.
We're coming to Tassie, and we're parking the Sully van in your house, and you're going to babysit our 3 children while Belinda and I go out to dinner. So
that's a deal. That's a deal. I've got
my children are watching. Say hello to Auntie Danny. Say hello to Auntie Danny there.
Come and stay with me. I've got a jumping castle. You'll be fine.
Wow. Hey, we have to come into your place.
Yeah, I've got a flat block and a jumping castle.
Why would you say that? You know what, my children will be watching, and for the whole 7 months they'll be saying, "Are we going to Danny's with the jumping castle?" That's nice work, Danny. Nice work there.
Hi, Anne. Thank you for joining. Anne's watching, and she's
Hi, Anne.
enjoying the interview. Do you live nearby?
So Anne lives between Sydney and Kiama. So I live in Gerringong, which is on the south coast of New South Wales. So a lot of your audience would know sort of Sydney. Wollongong is about 2 hours south of Sydney, and we're about an hour and a half south of Wollongong. So we're at Gerringong, but we've moved to Kiama, which is about probably 10 minutes. And so my sister Anne floats between Sydney and looks after my dad. She does a great job. Yeah.
Oh, how lovely. Well, thank you for joining. Now, are you still happy to play a song for us?
Yes, absolutely. So
we might take a break from chatting and let you have the room to sing a song, and then when we come back, we might have a bit of a chat about your first album and what's next.
No worries. Okay. Well, this is the first acoustic version I've done since I've released my single Against the Tide. So
fantastic. I'll give you the room.
Thank you. Why don't we pack up all our things and move away? We're always saying we can take another day, because life sure gets you down. Some people take you right up to the edge. So true. feel my tolerance, well, it has limits too. There's just so many things that I'll no longer do, because life sure gets you down. Some people take you right up to the edge. But I'm not saying that I don't like stepping high. It's just the older that you get, you question why, oh why, oh why. With all the wonders in the world, time, well, it's not on our side. Sometimes you need to swim against the tide. Keep swimming. Yeah, it surprises me when traveling I see some use projection 101 psychology, because life sure gets you down. Some people take you right up to the edge. But I'm not saying that I don't like stepping high. It's just the older that you get, you question why, oh why, oh why. With all the wonders in the world, the time, well, it's not on our side. Sometimes you need to swim against the tide. Keep swimming, mate. I've drawn a line in the sand. Yeah, I've drawn a line in the sand. Yeah, I've drawn a line in the sand. You understand? Why don't we pack up all our things and move away? We're always saying we can take another day, because life sure gets you down. Some people take you right up to the edge. Oh yeah. But I'm not saying that I don't like stepping high. It's just the older that you get, you question why, oh why, oh why. With all the wonders in the world, the time, well, it's not on our side. Sometimes you need to swim against the tide. Sometimes you need to swim against the tide. Sometimes you need to swim against the tide. Swimming against the tide.
Wow, thank you. What a song. I love that. It's just got a great energy.
Yeah,
I'm happy to just sit there and just let you play for another hour.
I must say that in the recording there is no whistling, but you know, so my wife will be saying, "Why is he whistling?" There is no whistling in that song, but I just thought when I'm singing it by myself, I might just throw a bit of a whistle in there. So,
if you can, why not? I'd love to whistle like that. I'm pretty sure my dog only comes when I whistle because he feels sorry for me. That was great. Oh dear. Well, behind you, you've got a T-shirt, which is your merchandise at the moment, and it is to do with your first album that you released in 2018, Belonging. Where can people order your albums, your music, and your merchandise?
So I have a very good website, www.kevinsullivanmusic.com. You probably don't have to put the www bit in, but anyway, kevinsullivanmusic.com. And it's a great website. It'll have all our tour dates. I've done a lot of music videos, so there's links to those, links to Facebook, Kevin Sullivan Music. There's a great merchandise link, which will get you on my album. I just happen to have one here. So, it's great. There's not many of those left, the Belonging album, which did pretty well. And we have some T-shirts left, not many, but there is a link on the website to that. And we'll have some of those with us on tour. And, but they are going. There's not a lot left, but, then my wife and older daughters helped design them. They're pretty good quality. So, yeah.
They are great. I love them. I love the shape. You know, they've got a bit of shape to them. There is actually at the moment, Anne has just let us know, she said there's a watch party going on, and she said that Wendy would like Sullivan tours in Melbourne, Julia would like it. I'll put it on the screen, but I don't know how much people. Oh, they can see the whole thing, just not us. So there's lots of people writing to where they'd like you to come. So thank you, everybody. Keep it coming, because the more that people know, the better. I think that's
actually Julia who just commented. She's a wonderful person, and I'm actually the ambassador for the Children with Tumour Foundation. So people with neurofibromatosis, and they do the Cupid's Undie Run every year. So they really got me with the old sucker punch. So every year I have to run in my undies, and it's a great. All jokes aside, it's a great cause for NF, which is neurofibromatosis, and the Cupid's Undie Run. So anyone out there,
I love that.
Go to that website and donate. It's Children with Tumours, so it's a really lovely cause, and I'm really honoured to be an ambassador for them. So hi Julia.
If Julia, if you're there, type the link into the comments to the website, and if not, send it through to me and I'll pop it in when the show's finished. But what a great cause, and I would offer to do that, but I think they actually want people to donate and to compete. So I'm not going to,
you can wear a skirt. You could, people come in different things. So I think sometimes they pay me to keep my clothes on. But anyway, it's a fun day, and a great cause. So yeah.
Yes. And Alexandra's watching. She said, "Hi, Dad."
Oh, hi, Al. How are you? Tried to talk to you today, Al. Pick up the phone.
Lee is watching, and
hi, Lee.
She has said perhaps that you could catch up before you leave.
Hi, Chris.
Gibbons is also watching. So there's lots of people watching. Thank you, everybody, for joining. What a great audience. So thank you. Now, I know that we're supposed to be talking about this single, but we were talking earlier about you're planning on a lot of releasing some other singles. Have you got more planned for this year with you being on the road, or is this the last one for 2020?
This will probably be the last one for 2020. I have a lot of other material that we've recorded. So I started this second album, which will be called Against the Tide. I started recording songs in Nashville with Matt Fell last year, and so I've released 2 songs already before Against the Tide. So I released the first single from the second album called Just Don't Mention Christmas, which is a bit of a pushback against the politically correct craziness. So it's my Christmas song. I hope to be singing in the Melbourne or somewhere this year. So, and then I released a song in April called Pilgrimage, which was about Anzac Day. And my brother and I went to Gallipoli in 2015, and then the Western Front of France, and it did pretty well. It was #1 for 3 weeks. But I have pretty much the second album is all but finished. It includes 2 co-writes. One I did with Bill Chambers, Casey Chambers' dad, and it's about the High Country Horsemen. So I hope to release that around. I'm doing a gig at the festival, the High Country, the Memphis River Festival in Corryong, Victoria. So I'm going to release that one there that Bill Chambers and I wrote. Did another one with Matt Scully, and so there's lots more songs coming from Kevin Sullivan Music. So watch this space. My video for Against the Tide is out Friday/Monday. Yeah.
He actually
Friday/Monday. It's very soon. Wow, it's close. So and we filmed that with a great guy called Bruce Dawson from Tribal Apes, and filmed it at Sydney. I had some great some actors who came aboard, some friends of ours. So it's a lot of fun about Against the Tide. So yeah, lots
about filming the film clip. Was that filmed throughout COVID, or was it before we sort of went into this? When did you film?
No, we only did the film clip about a month and a half ago. So we were sort of coming out of it, sort of thing. New South Wales would sort of be it's a bit it's not as severe as say Victoria and Queensland. So we've had to move around a little bit more, obviously with the social distance thing. So we filmed it in Sydney, and so it'll be out Friday, Monday. So.
Wow, that is very exciting. When it's out, we'll pop a link on the page as well. But the best way to follow you and find your link would be for your video would be to jump onto YouTube and subscribe to your page and keep your eye out there. But don't forget. Now, I know that we've been talking earlier this week. Your Facebook page is Kevin Sullivan Music, and yes, so everybody needs to jump over because you're sort of in the process of changing that and working all that up. So if you haven't already, jump over and like Kevin Sullivan Music on Facebook. What's your Instagram? Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, it's Kevin Sullivan. So you can find me there. You're really asking the hard questions here.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you put Kevin Sullivan Music, you'll find me there. I have all this hair, so I used to have short back and sides, and all my friends who are in the police are all losing their hair, and they keep telling me they're getting less hair, and I seem to be getting more hair. So I'm enjoying it while it's still happening. So yeah.
I'm actually jealous. My hair is really curly, but it doesn't sit like yours. It frizzes and it's sort of, out here if I have it out. So I'm kind of jealous.
It's all natural. It's just, this is what happens. So, yep. But for years I had short back and sides. And I remember when I got out of the police, I said to my wife, that's it. I'm never cutting my hair again. And luckily she was agreeable. So it's pretty crazy, isn't it? It's quite mad. Yeah.
I'm jealous. I wish mine was that good. There are loads of people watching. Thank you for joining, Stephen. Thank you for joining, Georgia. There's lots of people. Now, a moment ago, I popped the website up on the screen. I'll put it on again. For anybody that is wanting to look at the site that we were talking about earlier, it's ctf.org.au, and is the site you can wear your undies on your head. I have actually done that. I've worn my undies on the outside of my pants more than a few times. I've even worn my mother's undies on the outside of my pants to go out to fancy dress. So, I could probably do this race.
You'd be welcome to keep it done. And you'd have to run fast. It's less than a kilometre. It's pretty easy to run. You can walk it. Yeah.
I'll bike ride it.
You can do that too.
So jump over there when we're finished and make sure you donate or do what you can, support the cause in any way that you can, even if it's just sharing it on your page, because that helps too. So I know it's a hard time for people to donate at the moment, but there are so many ways people can help. So when you're planning on heading off in the next week or two, people can still order this Against the Tide. And they can still order Belonging. So make sure that if you haven't already heard it, depending on how you do it, stream it, buy the album. But if you keep an eye, Kevin will be playing somewhere near you. Have you done a trip like this around the country before?
So I've toured myself many times. So for about 18 years, I toured with bands when I was still in the police. And so on annual leave, days off, I would go away. So I've always played music. And I get it from my dad. So my dad, who's 90, is a piano player. So Dixieland jazz, that's his influence. And he's a beautiful musician and a beautiful guy too. And my mum, who's sadly not with us anymore, she liked country music. So she liked Johnny Cash, Charlie Pride, Merle Haggard, Slim Dusty. So I have this infusion of country and jazz. And I have a song on my album Belonging. It's called No Saxophone, which sounds like a very jazzy song, but it has a strong foundation of country, as all my songs do. But so I toured for many years, but never with my wife and children. So one of my daughters, Emily, came on a tour with me one year, and was the making of her as well. She had to sign that agreement. What happens on tour stays on tour, so she signed that. But I think it'll be different with our three young ones, 11, 9, and 5. But it'll be a lovely adventure for them as well, and a great education. And two of them sing with me. So two of the young ones, so KJ and Chacha, they do a couple of songs at the end of my shows, and sometimes get a bigger round of applause than me, but that's okay too. So they're learning instruments. Yeah, they're learning instruments. And our little fella, he's learning to sing as well. So it's a nice family tour. We're going to be on the Sullivan tour, and I just think we'll have a lovely time. So my daughter Emily said she's not sure she ever signed that agreement. Thank you. Nice and solid, Em. Nice solid. Thank you. So we're just looking forward to getting on the road, and it should be fun. It'll be challenging, Danny. It'll be challenging, but it should be fun.
There might be some more songs just come out of the tour alone.
Well, we're always writing songs, so that's good. Yeah.
That is fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And Stephen Wagner said he loves No Saxophone. So there's been lots of people. Denise has popped in. She said she's late to join. Sorry, but thank you so much for popping in.
Big fan, Denise. Good on you. How Denise? And Steve. Steve's a good fella.
Yeah, there's people popping in everywhere. So thank you so much. Again, Don't forget to look on the website and join and support where you can. Head over to Kevin Sullivan Music. Now we're finished, and give that a like. I don't know if you've played before, but at 7:30 tonight, I don't. It depends where everyone is. 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Times. Celebrity Country Music Wiz will be airing, and we'll have that streaming through Country Kickback. So head over there and give it a go. It's not easy. Doesn't matter how much you like music. There are times that's not easy. I've tried. Yeah, I've tried. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, and good luck out on the road. We will definitely catch you at a show in the next few months, I'm sure.
We're gonna see you in Tasmania with that jumping castle. We're coming your way. Don't you worry about that. So thanks, Danny, for having me on. Thanks, Country Kickback. It's a great show. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the road on the Sullivan tour in our Sunland caravan, and hopefully with a vehicle in front of it. Hello, Toyota.
You have to push it.
What a feeling. Yeah, come
on, guys. See you later.